Happy Tuesday to you. It's Tuesday.
So he's drinking a new moringa and it's still gross.
It's not moringa.
Or
this is yerba mate.
Yerba mate.
So yeah, we have to apologize for yesterday.
No, we don't. We were working.
So, and we had lots of work to do in Mexico while it was warm and sunny.
Oh
but at the same time,
it was beautiful yesterday.
It was the perfect day, and we showed some properties, saw some people, did some things.
So we're a little early today, and then we are heading over to the office this morning-ish, afternoon-ish.
Yeah. Our coach asked us to be at our office today.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but...
So do have to tell you, Mexico is days away from legalizing pot, Mary Jane, cannabis.
God.
I've never smoked it in my entire life, but I'm excited because anytime the government is out of something, it's way better.
Good morning, Jolene. And it is not cloudy here. Well, actually, you know what? It is quite overcast today.
The humidity is up because it's overcast. But
that makes sense.
Christie wasn't paying attention.
And Julie, good morning. Are you keeping Fred alive?
So I can tell you.
Aren't you going to ask who Fred is?
Who's Fred?
An ornamental fig tree that she has babysitting for someone.
So here is, in a nutshell, how Mexico is going to work.
Okay, I think it's funny, Julie.
You have to be 18 or older. You'll be able to grow 6 plants, and those plants can get pretty large. And you can purchase 28 grams, 1 ounce or less, and you're fine. And apparently, if you're selling like over 5 kilograms of pot a year, they'll fine you like $500. It's like ridiculous how inexpensive all this stuff
so
is.
You remember how we used to threaten him with the COVID jar? Now I'm going to threaten him with the pot jar.
So this summer,
and any derivative of the name.
This summer will be my summer of freedom. Ordering this still from China, it will be done by tomorrow. I've narrowed it down. We're there. It's going to be about, including shipping and everything, I figure about $2,500. It's American dollars. So it's like 17,000 Canadian, something like that.
I don't know what it is, but all I know is he's spending a lot of money right now.
Yeah. Well, do you want this or not?
Good morning, Debbie.
Do you want
pot?
It? No, the alcohol.
Oh, that'll be fun. But you have to do a better mix than the other one because it was kind of icky. My tree is fig, not pot.
To be clear, that stuff that I made it's an infusion. It's not a true gin.
Well,
it was horrible.
It not a true gin?
Because in a real gin, you actually make it in the still when the steam is coming out. So you either have stuff in the liquid or in the column.
So you can do it either or, you mean?
You can do it either or, but it's in the still. That is that is not making gin.
Then we should just dump it because none of us are going to drink it unless you're going to try to reinfuse it.
Might be able to use it to start a barbecue. I can tell you also, we have we're signing a contract with a new web provider. And over the next 3 years, it's going to be about $80,000.
You already told them all this.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we met with the CEO yesterday. Awesome, dude.
It's interesting to me that he has the time to be able to have a 45-minute to an hour chat with every person they want to onboard.
But for them, it's relationships first. So he only has 2 appointments, I think, in the morning that he has just for new people. And he's hiring a bunch of new salespeople. My concern is that they're going to come into our market and start doing that. Because you have to set up the initial MLS, and from there, everybody can do this. But I'm also going to be able to add EXP's MLS as well as ours. So I'm excited.
Julie said we should check what you're really drinking this morning. I had a taste of it. It is definitely yerba mate.
Just yerba mate. Like I've never had any of the other stuff. Okay, I had a cookie one time when Christie was in Canada.
Oh, I was so mad at him.
An agent that was working with us had this cookie, and he says, it's made with pot. He says, eat this, you're going to have the best sleep of your life. I believed him. And I woke up at midnight, had to pee. And my brain and my body were separated by 3 feet. So I could,
which is normal for
I
him.
was walking forward, but my body, I was dragging it along. And then I just laid in bed and I was paranoid pretty much. Well, not paranoid, it's the wrong word. I started having panic attacks. And I'm like, I cannot believe that people enjoy this. But I found out it's probably made with Mexican ditchweed. So that's just kind of like they just grab that crap and they stick it to you. And
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But the point of the matter is I begged him not to try it while
Christie's like,
he's home alone.
I don't want you to die. I'm like, I'm
no,
not
I
gonna die.
never once
I'm not
said
gonna
that.
die.
I've never once said I don't want you to die. Trust me.
She does. But yeah.
Good morning, Monica. How are you this morning?
She doesn't understand what I know. And I've talked to so many people who've done weed, who've done the edibles. I own MexicoEdibles.com. I own MexicoBud.com, MexicoBuds.com. And I can't even use those because in the legislation, it says you cannot sell online. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those.
Let them go then instead of spending all that money for absolutely nothing.
No. I also own MexicoHigh.com.
Oh my God.
You
know what? I'm going to take away his credit card. That's what I'm going to do.
You give me the credit. I don't have a credit card.
Okay, I'm going to stop letting you use the credit card that we have.
I have
nothing.
No real ID. Everything is in her name.
You have a driver's license. You have a visa. You have a passport. What other ID do you need?
The visa is a country visa. Nobody has ever given anybody money for a country visa. That's not true.
Okay, his residence visa, but that's ID with his photo on it.
Actually, Gaddafi's son, Muammar Gaddafi.
Morning, Kathy. The quilts that you're posting are just stunning. I love, 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 love your quilts. Did I say I love your quilts, Kathy? I love your quilts.
You can buy visas. Now, if you belong to a certain country that has lots of cash, and there are countries that need that cash.
We don't encourage that.
We don't encourage that at all. But if you decide you want to buy property in Mexico after you've purchased a visa, we'll help. We will. We are going after the luxury market. We are going to crush the luxury market. We are going to, I think, oceanfront and the luxury will be what we kind of go for. But we're going to have to go more into Vallarta because we can't drive an hour and a half every day to do this.
We have already discussed that.
How? What? Why? When? Where? How? We? Huh?
With that girl we met with on Friday.
Oh, that's right. We have somebody who lives in Puerto Vallarta who wants to work with us. And I think we're going to make it work for her. Only because we need somebody in Vallarta. Now, we do have an agent that has decided to join EXP. She's now wondering what she's going to do next.
So we do have to meet with her or do a Zoom call with her too.
We do have to do a Zoom call. So we should do that today.
Maybe.
Also, it's a very strange situation. When you get a divorce in Mexico, first of all, don't get a divorce.
Make it work. Just make it work, unless he beats you.
It is cheaper.
But if you beat him, it's okay. He can deal.
It is cheaper to keep her, as the song goes. And in Mexico, we have these Canadians, they'll win their suit up in Canada or the States, and they get the property. But they don't do what they need to do. They're like, I'll take care of that later. You can't take care of it later. You need to do it then.
It is in your best interest to do it during the whole process, because then things get left and then you want to do something like sell your condo and your wife won't sign, ex-wife won't do the signatures that you need. She wants to be present.
Yeah, she
makes it difficult.
We have in Mexico the ability to do a limited power of attorney. It's only for the sale. She won't do it. She will not sign. She's already got another place here. They both.
So it's very unfortunate. It's just a little bit of a gong show. We have someone that wants to sell, someone that wants to buy, and we can't make it work at this point in time. So we'll see.
Well, today I'm going to try something. We'll see if we can get it to work. But and the thing is the guy's like, blah, 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 blah. If you don't trust me, then don't list your property with me. Because I am going to sell it. It's what I do. I make zero money until we sell the house or the property. And we do a lot of stuff, a lot. We'll never do anything illegal. Will not work with the Russian mob. Will not work with the Asians who want to come here and just buy everything up. We won't do that because we want to keep this area healthy. And specifically what I mean by healthy is to not sell properties and not have people live in them and the prices keep going up and you don't have a locals that can even afford to live in your area anymore. It's just crazy what Vancouver has turned into, what these areas have turned into, where you've got these little tiny houses, $4 million. What? I mean, I'd love that here. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No. We already have too much construction going on here. We have the condos being built.
Speaking of houses, for those of you that are interested in those 2 videos that we did for the houses last week, Lynn's and the other one, please let me know because there's been already a ton of interest. And if you guys are truly interested, I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity because
once it hits the MLS, it's going to go.
And these opportunities are getting smaller and smaller. I mean, less and less, not smaller, but they're getting less and less. There's not as much.
The under 200 is impossible right now.
Inventory is
especially in Bucerias, like in this town. To find anything under 200, getting very difficult, unless you're in like a Terra Alta, which is not a terrible thing.
And I will say that I love this area of town. It is fantastic. I love living back here. I love mostly the quiet. We have a dog that lives kind of behind us that I wish he wasn't there.
If you want to help us out with that, please do.
No.
Please do. We should hire.
No.
Okay. We should hire Cesar Chavez.
Okay. Maybe.
Cesar Milan? Is
Cesar Milan?
Yeah. We should hire him. He can go there. Because they have this, it's one of the top 10 most illegal dogs in the world. And it's over there. And it says specifically in the video, you got to work this thing out. You got to train it. Because if you don't, it's just going to get crazy. This one, stark raving crazy.
I just feel sorry for him. He barks and he whines and he yelps and it's just.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Good morning, Michael. How are you guys this morning?
This stuff is so smooth. And she tries that. She's like, it's too strong. It's too this. It's too that. And I'm like, no, it's perfect.
No, this, perfect.
Actually, that coffee really is.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I think drinking tea is probably good for you. Our moringa trees are crazy what they've turned into because they were getting like 25 feet in that area. Just chopped them all down at probably 6 feet.
Not even. And this is not 6 feet. This is 6 feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is 5 feet.
Between 5 and 6 feet, each one. And they've all bushified. So now it's a real word. I just made it up.
I like it.
And when you're walking by now, you can't see in our house because of the bushifying effect of the moringa.
Did you guys ever try Tuk for breakfast in Buceria's great coffee?
We have.
And if you're talking about their Café de Olla, I'm not a fan because I don't like sweet coffee. And I've been trying because my friend Jolene brought me some delicious flavored sweeteners. So I got a toffee one and I got a couple of hazelnut ones. And I maybe I'll do it in cold brew coffee. Oh, we need to make some cold brew coffee so I can have iced coffee. But in my morning coffee, I just like it black. I just like it strong and black. That's just how it is.
This morning, I was watching some videos on infusing rum vodka. And the guy was talking about how he did a small sample, maybe this big, probably a liter, maybe 750.
This big of a sample.
And he did 10 coffee beans, 10 hazelnuts broken up.
Were the coffee beans broken up? Or
no,
did he leave
them
whole?
I don't think so, but you could.
And a little bit of vanilla and a tiny bit of cinnamon.
Yes, exactly.
I remember because I want to try that recipe, but more vanilla. And
normally you leave these things go for a long time.
Yuck. Lori Boland said, "Yuck has the best tortilla soup." She meant tuck or tuk or however it's pronounced. And yeah, you know what? Their tortilla soup is good. Their food is really good. I'm just not a fan of Café de Olla. If that's the cafe that Michael was talking about. I'm talking.
I was talking first.
I know, but you're always talking. I like to interrupt once in a while.
Got it.
I really like my coffee. I'm very, very, very picky about my coffee.
So he did it a week old, which is not really a long time, but he tried it and he said it is absolutely magical. So he's going to try toasted oak wood chips in there, because you can put stuff in a barrel if you've got, say, 200 liters or even a 10-liter, 5-liter at the smallest. They're very expensive to buy.
How about the little tequila barrels?
It's very expensive to buy barrels here.
But they're cute.
They are cute. So he tried this and he said, man, it was magical. And Christie's like, I want to try that, like right off the bat.
It just sounded good. It's not sweet. It's just flavor, but it's rum. I think I'd rather do it with vodka.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm not a huge rum fan.
Our still is going to be like 6 feet tall, and it's going to put out 96% alcohol.
Then if you guys remember, he's been talking. I told him I wanted a pretty copper one and have it, in my kitchen, et cetera, et cetera.
We have no room for a copper still.
He's like, oh, well, you know what? You don't want to bring all that attention to you if you're going to have a still in the house, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, should we have a channel for the still?
The channel I would like is available, the .com, $13, $11.
Yeah, you add that to the 700 other ones, and we're spending literally thousands of dollars a year on websites he never uses and probably will never use.
So when we met with the CEO of the website guy, I'm like, I own Mexico MLS. Should I do that? And he's like, no. I said, but when I said Mexico Life,
his eyes lit up.
His eyes lit up. He's like, I know the guy who owns Hawaii Life. And I said, actually, that's why I own Mexico Life and why I spent almost $10,000 US just for that domain name.
Plus, then on top of that, we had to get it trademarked. So we've spent a lot on that one.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, but you need the trademark. You need this. And I'm like,
got it.
We have it. And he's just like, oh. So when we showed him our logo, he's like,
that makes me sad. I don't, you know what? He didn't get the full idea. He doesn't know.
No, he does have the idea. It feels a little too, I don't know. So I don't know. I was even looking at the new font they use. And even if we had that name, it still shows up as professional, but fun.
What new font?
The font on their website.
Oh. Because
I saw, when we go to one of the websites, it's
they're out of the box ones.
They're out of the box. It is very, very costly out of the box, but at the same time, number one. And he said you got to get number one out of your head. He said some things to me that he's right.
The same kind of stuff our coach keeps telling us, but he doesn't listen apparently.
Well, this guy does SEO for a living. He was the first guy in Canada to do SEO.
So Michael,
back in the 90s.
Michael has a question, a finance question.
Hello, Michael.
I've seen all these apps for transferring dollars internationally. Do you recommend any of them? Zoom, TransferWise, XE, etc.
Christie's girlfriend uses TransferWise, loves it. Loves it.
We don't have money out of the country.
We don't.
Everything that we have is invested in Mexico. So we don't ever have to do any of that kind of stuff. We do have a little bank in Texas, but it's just stagnant.
If Texas and or Alberta leave their confederation, all of our money will head in that direction.
But anyways, at this point in time, we're not using it, but my friend loves TransferWise. I don't know if she's tried any other ones and what her experience has been, but TransferWise is the one that she is using and likes.
And I would recommend just go to Intercam. Use whoever you want there. Some are better than others, but it's a very good system. So here's how Intercam works.
But Lynn even uses TransferWise to transfer money from Canada to Intercam.
Oh, So yeah, you want an Intercam account. Intercam is the only bank, and I use that term loosely, that you can actually get with having.
Why do you use it loosely? It's a true bank now. It's a money exchange house first, but it's a bank.
It is a money exchange house first, then a bank. So you can actually, they have bank accounts in every single, 60 some countries, I believe. and you can send Canadian bank transfer to a Canadian bank account and then pull it out in pesos in Mexico. My understanding is that it is not a real wire transfer, so you probably physically don't have to be in Canada.
Exactly.
That is a magical thing. If you can pay for your property in pesos, you do not need to be physically. Interesting. Actually, that's very interesting.
There is a limit on how much you can transfer. And I think there might even be a limit on how much you can transfer a month. So you need to look into that. We are the wrong people to ask about that because, like I said, we don't have money out of the country. Michael, you asked Intercam Flamingos. Yes, we have an account at Intercam Flamingos with Karina.
It was originally in the marina. We've been with Intercam now for almost 17 years.
Yeah. Intercam was one of our first, when they were a money exchange house, we opened an account there.
It was fascinating because on our smallest real estate transaction at the time, we made more than 4,000 pesos more per transaction. It was magical. And then at some point, HSBC is like, we don't want you anymore. They shut our bank account down, didn't tell us.
Because we weren't making them enough money on the account that we had no employees. All we were doing was paying. No, at that time we didn't even have our corporation yet when they shut us down. So we didn't even have a taxes.
We had the corporation.
So were we paying taxes already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess
we were paying our
had
monthly fees, everything. And they're like, here's your money. Go somewhere else. They wrote us a check. Like it was so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were paying I think 300 and some pesos a month. And this is when pesos were.
The only way we found out is because the rent. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because the rent check that we were renting our office downtown, not the one we're in now, but the previous one, it bounced. And I'm like, it can't bounce. No, they were told that we didn't have an account there. And I'm like, yes, we do. And so I go to the bank and I'm like, they're like, oh, no, sorry, we closed your bank. You're not making us enough money. And I'm like, well, son of a gun. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't believe you said son of a gun.
Probably not. I was pretty ticked because it takes so long to open a bank account here. And that was our business account. It wasn't even a personal account. That was our business account. You can't not have a business account when you have a corporation.
Okay, so then this is now, it's not, well, it kind of was Intercam's fault. But then they changed how they do business. Now they're like a real bank. But in those days, they're like, we can do everything that a bank can. So we're like, okay, we get the account. So then when we go to pay our taxes, they're like, everything a real bank can,
but taxes.
Except taxation.
You can't pay your taxes online.
We're kind of like,
and it's the only way. Yeah.
We have to pay.
And this was before Karina. This was another girl. This was the girl from the marina, actually. And so we had
Karina from the marina?
No, it wasn't Karina from the marina. Okay. So we had to, close that account and open another one. And we've been with Banbajio ever since and quite happy with Banbajio.
How's their English?
Yeah.
If you're just
There's one girl
here,
there that speaks pretty good English.
If you're just living here,
She's
please.
not always there though.
No, you don't want a Banbajio account. If you're doing business here, it's actually a good bank.
Mm-hmm.
If you can call anything a good bank. Now understand, even their online division shuts down. You can't purchase after hours, which is so
you
dumb.
can't transfer after hours. Yeah.
Which that's dumb.
If you had a credit card, with a credit card you can, but with
it's
transferring
dumb.
You can't.
Our credit card limit here, like $1,000. It's so dumb. And I mean, we run so much money through these accounts and they're like, they should be begging us with high limits.
Well, it's funny because in Canada, if we did what we do, because what I'll do is if I have to make a big purchase, I'll just I'll just put an extra amount, like I'll credit my credit card statement or credit card account, and then the thing will go through. We've done things up to almost 80,000 pesos with a 20,000 peso limit. And so if we did that in Canada, they'd keep upping and upping and upping our limit. Here, no, you have to come in and reapply, and it's, takes this long. And I just haven't done it because it's just such a pain in the patootie.
We've operated in cash now ever since we've been in Mexico. Like we have a credit card, but it's so tiny. It's a pain in the ass.
We just talked about it.
Yeah.
And you know what though, but it's working now. Because the app is so easy to use on my phone, it's getting easier and easier.
If you don't cancel the credit card by accident.
That was once.
Pushing the wrong button.
One time.
But it was one time just a few months ago. It's not like this was 10 years ago.
The app was new. I was just learning it.
Okay. There you go.
Jeez, if you know what, he could bitch about do it the way I do banking if he did any. The other day, I needed to transfer some money, so I left the house and I had to go to an appointment and I had forgotten to do it before I left.
That's right. I remember that.
So I call him and I'm like, okay, this is what you need to do. Okay, so go here, do this, do that. This is the didn't work. Let's do it again. Do this, do that. Oh, okay.
It worked. I was very impressed. It was like I was calling you to ask you
where
my underwear was. She knew exactly. She's like, on the lower right-hand side, click the button. It's going to say this. Then do this.
Side. And it's because I do it all the time because that's what part of my job with our business is the banking and stuff.
But that means that you're not reading. You just know where it is.
Well, I know where it is to find it because sometimes it's got a drop-down menu. You have to be able to read it to know which one you're clicking.
I don't know.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Let's do jazz hands together.
No, that's just weird, and I don't want to freak our guests out.
Come on, jazz hands together.
No. Speaking of guests, when are y'all coming down? When are you coming to visit us? We like having company.
Yes, and when you stay with us, it's not an invitation, but when you stay with us, we get to plant 6 pot plants in your honor while you're here. Fast grow. Outside.
I'm going to fast grow him.
You're going to fast grow me. Mm-hmm. You know what? On our 3rd floor of the next house that we build, the tower, we can probably do pot plants up there.
The 3rd floor on the next house.
On our casitas.
I'm not building those casitas. If that's what you're going to use the rooftop for, because that's supposed to be for the people that rent it.
So the only reason I want to grow pot is because on YouTube.
Because he's insane.
No. You get Christie. This stuff was for you, and it worked fantastic.
For me.
She had the bulging disc, 2 drops on her neck was magic, absolute magic. I was against pot my whole freaking life until we needed it.
Hey, Debbie, it says I can invite you onto the camera. Do you want to join us this morning?
Well, but that's on this.
I know. I'm not letting you touch it. I'm just teasing her because it freaks her out when I do that. So I like to bug her. So
what pot can do for cancer, for all of these things, guys, I am telling you, it is a miracle drug. And for the people that use it to twist their reality, I feel bad for them because if you need to twist your reality, you're not in. It makes
me who I am.
Shut up, Brent.
His brother actually says, see, that's the reaction I was looking for, Deb. Thank you.
Yeah.
OMG, no.
So pot is, and when you have it with alcohol, like
pot
pure
jar,
alcohol,
I'm starting one.
Pure alcohol or butter. 2 different types of reactions, 2 different types of solutions. But I am telling you, butter. Well, you can have butter as well because it's oil soluble. Then you've got alcohol, which is kind of like an alcohol soluble.
But what would you use it for? To cook and stuff with?
You could, absolutely.
What else would you use the butter for?
Brownies. The butter. Well, no. That's you had an oil solution. That's what
well, you're not putting butter on my back.
You could baste her. She's going in the sun. Let's cook her up, man. Right?
I want to hurt you.
You don't really. She does. You do want to hurt me, actually.
Yeah, I do.
I was thinking about this. So that's going to be my summer. We've got the new website, which is going to kick ass.
It's going to be a lot of work. He doesn't realize that.
Christie, I do realize it. I just need a better place to work. Also, I'm going to get a virtual assistant in the Philippines to assist me with SEO, plus the new assistant that we're getting here in Mexico. So by October, we're going to be up and running. And guys, we are going to kill it this year. So very excited. Right? I am excited. I'm freaking excited. And Christie will be able to do the Italy thing and we're putting that other lot that we were going to buy in the hood on hold. Just because we want to invest all of this in our business. And as it generates more cash for our business, we will use that cash to grow it even more because I do want to be number 1 to 3 in our market in the next 3 years. So I'm excited about that. So we will need to grow our business. I had somebody email me the other day And he's like, yeah, hey, my wife said to contact you because of this. And I'm like, it sounds to me like you're speaking a code I don't know anything about. And he says, no. My wife said that you're going into Vallarta, you're expanding your operations. I'm like, oh, well, yes, but we can't hire you. So what you need to do is you need to talk to soniadiaz.mx, find out how to get here, and then find out how to be able to get into the working mode.
Well, that's news to me. You never told me anybody called you about that.
I did, and I forgot to tell you about David Smith's grandchild. I forgot to tell you about the wedding when we were in Canada. These are not little inconsequential things.
Yeah, I think lots of you guys probably don't know this, but last year, so we were talking last September, October, we were in Alberta and Ontario.
It's very cold.
So we get to John's mom's house in Ontario.
We've told them.
We're sitting at dinner. I'm going to tell them again.
We just flew in off the plane.
Really pissed again.
We go out for dinner right after arriving.
We go out for dinner right after arriving. And John's mom's chatting and trying to find out, what kinds of things that we want. And she's like, and don't forget about the wedding on Saturday. And I'm like, wedding? What wedding? Oh, we're having a wedding at our house.
I had so much fear just instantly rise up when she's like, wedding? What wedding?
Because I knew in September and October it was going to be cold in Canada. I'm not bringing all my pretty dresses. I had T-shirts and leggings. I brought one dress. He is so lucky.
Now, to be honest, though, it was probably one of the best, nicest days that we were in Ontario. It was very warm.
It doesn't matter. If I didn't have a dress, I would have killed you. And there was no place to go shopping around there.
You had a dress. And then the person who brought pierogies.
So want to hurt him, you guys.
So we're at this feast. It's kind of like a bring your own food or
we call it a potluck.
And somebody brought so many pierogies.
This huge bowl.
And Christie and I are kind of like to everybody, go away. These are ours. And they're like, but they're just pierogies. Apparently in Canada, in Ontario, anyways, everybody brings pierogies. And for us, we hardly get any. So thank you, Terry Lynn, for getting us those pierogies when you moved here to Mexico. Amazing. I think those were the last time we had pierogies. I mean, you made a lazy pierogi type meal at some point. But now, obviously, because I don't do carbs, I haven't done carbs now probably 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels good. Guys, I am no longer controlled by ice cream, by donuts.
I mean, the kids can bring donuts in and he doesn't even phase them. Normally he'd be like, give me some.
It is so crazy that whatever has happened in my body now has made it where I'm not addicted to carbs anymore. So I like this. I do like being free of that. Because we would have the donut trucks go through, and as soon as I heard the music, I would start like, I gotta go. Drooling. It's like, I must go now. Christie, give me money now. And she'd be like,
get it out of my purse,
Here you go. So yeah, but I do miss the idea of a good flan.
Yeah, there's probably, I wonder if I'll look at.
No, I don't want one. I really don't. And if you have anything sweet, you will want something sweet.
Jolene is proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But please don't be proud of me. There's nothing that I'm doing. It's just that once you go 2 weeks without the carbs.
But you did it in the first place.
Yeah. But I needed to because my liver not healthy. So yeah.
But you are looking better. The bags are smaller.
Yeah, I feel so good. Just the aches and pains, but that's my spine, and I got a sucky spine. Damn it. Why was I born like this?
I'm glad you finished with this.
Yeah. And the freaking asthma. Yeah, that sucks. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to get rid of that. This will be the year I get rid of my steroids. I mean, I'm not running any faster. Right? I'm not.
Nope.
No. So yeah.
Okay,
so we do have to get going here, Christie. I don't know what that was about.
There was a little spider web or a piece of lint, and every time I looked at the camera, which you make me look at the camera, it was bugging me.
Yeah, sorry. So there you go. You guys didn't say much today. I did a lot of talking. Christie, this much talking.
Not new.
So yeah, this will be our awesome summer.
Sonia Diaz is awesome.
Yes, who said that?
Michael Gall. She got me my permanent resident card. Very efficient, and he's looking forward to seeing what we do in 2021. We are too.
I am very
We
excited.
have a lot of work to do ahead of us, a lot of sales to make, a lot of listings to get.
I'm going to stop being an agent and start being a CEO. So right now I'm learning about how to hire VAs from the Philippines. And he even says, do not go to India, because when they say yes, they're just saying yes. They're not hearing you. They just say yes. Very true. Pakistan, the same. People in the Philippines, they understand America. They understand English, and they're very loyal. So you treat them well, they treat you well, and they don't go and they don't leave you to create a competitor.
This is from the guy that's trying to sell his services in the Philippines. So,
No. I do know why he's using the Philippines, because even look on my website, my best engineer ever was from the Philippines.
True.
So it's a very different mindset. And, the guy that I paid in the Philippines, I thought it was expensive. It was $30 an hour for this guy. It's really nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Now we're going to be paying $200 an hour.
Well, no, I think I'll still get, I'll have an additional guy from the Philippines just working. So it's going to be very cool. So please keep an eye on us.
So we have to work hard, you guys, because he's putting out a lot of money, and I still want my pool and my casitas.
Yeah, but we're going to grow our business first, and it's going to take care of you.
When you die?
No,
Or when I kill you?
I plan on living a little longer now.
Oh, damn keto.
So true. 2 months ago, guys, it was like
He's like, okay, I'm dying.
No. It wasn't that. It was just I was okay if I died, and I still
now
am.
you want to live longer?
I don't know. I hate pain. Pain sucks, and I just live with pain. So that part sucks. But
well, maybe things will.
That is another reason for pot. I am telling you, as a painkiller, so long as you don't do it to get stupid.
What's going to kill my pain?
I don't know. Maybe when I die.
A pillow.
A memory foam pillow. So yeah, so we are done. We have
and if any of you have good recommendations on a good quality, really heavy memory foam pillow, seriously, for me, for my shoulder, because the one I'm using now, I think is at the end of its life.
It's losing its memory.
My neck has been quite sore, so I need and
if you have an osteopath, in the Vallarta area or Nayarit area, let us know. The chiropractor we're going to is good. Please do not get me wrong, but my hip he is not able to do anything with, and I've got something going wrong in my hips.
Maybe you have to go more often to him. Maybe maybe it's not setting properly because of the weight fluctuation and the weight change.
No, if I am laying on my left side, so last night I laid on my left side, and when I wake up, I don't wake up for any other reason than my knee is screaming at me. It is so painful, I can't even walk. And it takes probably 30 minutes to an hour before the pain goes down, but I have to get off of my knee in order for it to work.
Off your hip.
Yeah. So I go on my right side,
So
and I have excruciating pain as I'm just laying there trying to go back to sleep. And then when I finally wake up again, I can walk on my knee, no problem. So it's very strange. This pain is probably 3 months old, and I really need to get it looked at. So there you go. You now know about my aches and pains and Christie's, because I'm her pain, right? So have an amazing Tuesday.
Okay.
We will see you tomorrow.
Monica's laughing at you, but I think it was from me threatening to kill you.
Possibly.
Pretty
So
sure
guys,
it's
have an
yours.
amazing Tuesday. Like, have the best freaking Tuesday you've ever had in your entire life. And do the same tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Because our days are numbered. They really are.
They are.
So have a good one. We will
Thanks
see you
for joining
tomorrow.
us this
Thank you.
morning.